Hey everybody, get on up in here. Welcome to my plus size grandma reality show podcast. It's me, Coco. Y'all, it's been one of them days. I'm trying to tell you, it's been one of them days where like I just feel a little bored today. I did surveys all day. And now I'm like, it's Friday and it's my day off, and you know what, y'all, my birthday coming up, and I don't know whether, well, to tell you the truth, I could take this weekend or next weekend, but I would say this weekend right here probably is my birthday weekend, because my birthday is the 24th, and so I would take both of them days, this weekend and next weekend. So I may just take myself somewhere tomorrow and just start it out right like that. I don't know what I want to do yet. I haven't really thought much into it. I do know I want to celebrate, because I do thank God for allowing me, this year and all the other years in health and sometimes out of health. So I do thank Him, and I want to do something good for myself. I remember when I had all other birthdays, and I used to beg people to sit around and celebrate with me and stuff, and they always turned my birthday out, made me feel bad about my little birthday, and I didn't have a good time. But now that I'm older and I'm wiser, I'm like, I can take myself out. I don't need you to show me how to have a good time. I can do this. And I really can. I can do it. I learned 3 years ago to start celebrating by myself, and then you don't have to worry about nobody messing it up. And then I said, no, that sounds selfish, because what about the ones who really do want to celebrate, like my children and stuff? And so I used to kind of step back. I used to step back some whenever it came down to celebrating birthdays and stuff with family members. But now, I'm like, if they want to celebrate, I'll celebrate. I don't mind. I don't mind celebrating now. Because I tell you, it's just, I think it's the growth for me. The growth where I can do this with or without you. And that's what people don't understand. I think that's what a lot of my men friends didn't understand, was that I was willing to live life with or without them. And they thought that I would just really get caught up on them alone. But nope. I can do this thing with or without you. And so that's what I plan on doing. I plan on doing it. Enjoying myself. I wanted to have some braids in my hair, but my daughter said she can't do them till after school starts back, because I know she's real busy. 5 girls, so that's busy time right there. I think, though, considering how my hair is, I'm going to have to cut it again, because I've got some areas in my hair, and it's not from not combing it, but I think it's from those laser things that have been hitting me in the head, that it's just it looks like my hair is burnt and matted together. It's like no dirt in it. It's just matted up for no reason, and it's lost its original texture. Like, I know the texture on my hair, but it's not there anymore, so now it's like, it's harder to do, because you have to pick out, it's just really matted in there, and I mean, it should not be like this. But when you sleep and you don't know what people are doing to you, it can turn up any kind of way. And that's just one of the side things of, I want to do my hair. Let me get off that. I want to do my hair, and I want it to look nice for this weekend and next weekend, and to carry on, because I feel like I deserve to look nice. I really do. I have let myself go far as looks. I let them go because I was like this when I was fixing up with makeup and stuff. Now, this is the honest truth, y'all, about why I stopped wearing the makeup and why I stopped fixing myself up. Because I felt in my heart And I knew in my heart that my makeup was being tampered. Okay. First of all, that. How did I know it was being tampered with? Because it got where every time I was putting makeup on, the makeup I've been wearing for years, I started breaking out with. And I said, well, I better stop using that. And then when I would buy new makeup, like tubes of lipstick and stuff would be broke off or misshaped. I mean, shaped in the shape of things, private parts. It would be smushed. Lipstick would be already used on some paper that I may have had in my pocketbook or something. And, just things like that to let me know that somebody had tampered with it. And that's why I stopped wearing makeup. And the other reason why I stopped wearing makeup was because I got so scared of what I was going through that I felt like if I kept wearing makeup, they were going to try to mess my face up. That's how intimidating these people were. And still are. They still are intimidating like that. And I have to remind myself that God is bigger. So I want to get back to doing the things that I love and do it better than ever. I look at some of my old pictures. I'm like, y'all, that was me just like a year ago, 2 years ago. And for me to have lost a lot of that luster that was inside of me, it does make me angry. It does upset me that even though I have faith in God, I dropped that part of life. And it's not easy to get back on that track, to get back to wearing makeup. So it's easier to sit at home and don't have to dress up. That's what it feels like. And it's not a depression. I would say it's more of a fear than a depression. That's what I would say. A fear that I have to overcome every day. A fear that I really wish that I didn't have to deal with, but I guess I do have to deal with it immediate head on. And when I think about it, the worst thing that could probably happen is that I don't deal with it and it eats me up. I don't know how many of y'all go through situations like that, where you got something going on in your life it just makes you scared. I'm talking about like domestic abuse, domestic violence, any type of violence, sexual abuse, sexual violence, any type of violence that's in your life that's holding you back from being your true self and doing the things and having the things that you really want. Like I had tons and tons of earrings and wigs and stuff that I love to wear. If you go back, look at my pictures, I love to look nice. Come on now. I love to look nice and I love to smell nice. I let all of that just completely slip away from me in the midst of what I was going through because the fear to step in the shower. Will somebody come in this shower and attack me? This is my season right here. This time of the year, this is when the ground produces the best water. And I have not used it the way I'm supposed to. I have not been. It's just been hard. It's just been hard. And I'm telling y'all this from maybe now that I'm getting some of it out, that maybe I can go back to some of those things. And it's been hard, even looking at myself in the mirror because I see the disfigurements there. I don't see the old age there, okay? 46 is not old, okay? I don't see that there. What I see is wounds and scars that nobody else can see. And that's what makes me not feel less than, but it keeps me within myself. Yeah, that's how I can say it. It keeps me within myself. And like I said, it's that fear that I have to overcome daily. And overcoming that daily is exhausting. And why do I have to overcome it daily? Because it's something, they do something new each time. So here I am. And that's the way I get through, is I deal with it on a day-to-day basis. And then By the time I finish dealing with it, I'm exhausted and the day has went by and it's time to go back to sleep again. That part, I gotta stop. So I recently been doing surveys and stuff, just trying to find any way to make any extra money. Don't forget, y'all, by the way, I got my journal. It's out for sale. My positivity journal. It's $6.15 on Amazon. My positivity journal, Be Kind by Jamie Roberta Bowden. Okay. But I'm just trying to make extra money. I'm trying to keep myself busy with positive things, putting out positive things. And going into 47, let me tell you what this feels like going into 47. I got a feeling it's a different type of courage. It's a different type. I don't even know what the number 47 usually represents or means. I haven't even looked that far ahead in this stuff. But I do know going into 47, I'm not going to be as fearful as I was in 46. I've been going through some rough times. But at the same time, I've been learning from all of this. And I've learned to keep putting my truth out there, whether people want to hear it or not. Because eventually, the way this thing is going, somebody is going to know somebody that's been through this same thing. Somebody in your family is going to go through the same thing. And this, you're going to think it's mental illness, but it's not. It's a hate crime disguised as some type of delusional mental illness. And it holds you back from life because everywhere you go, people got something to say, or either they're snickering, they're laughing, and you know it's about you, and that's not paranormal. Whenever they come up to you and they don't talk to you, but they talk to whoever they're with, and when they start talking about things that's going on in your home, but try to make it seem like it's what's going on in their home. So that's why I say 47 is a different type of courage that I'm going to have. I'm not going to be like I was before. Because I pretty much know that the enemy is always going to be the enemy. And if I'm going to have a life and life more abundantly, I got to live regardless of what these people do. And try to be as well as I can be. Try to stay as focused as I can focus. And so 47, I said 43 was different. 44 was doing a new thing. 45 was let's go higher. 46 was, I don't know what 46 was. Because when 46 came in, because I try to theme according to God's will for my life. I try to theme my years. 46 was unpredictable. I had no idea that I would be in this type of space. I had no idea that people were so mean. I mean, I knew we had demonic people out here and, underneath demonic influences and stuff. But I didn't know they were so mean. And I knew I overcome the challenges with my mother, with both my mothers. Y'all don't let nobody ever, listen, once you squash something, once you forgive somebody, don't live like you haven't. And that's why I left my therapist. My therapist wanted, y'all, I'm sorry. I think I just got hit in my throat. Because I just felt something in my throat, hit my back of my throat as I was talking like it was about to choke me. I'm going to try to finish talking about this though. But see, this is what I'm talking about, the hate crimes. They use these lasers. And once them lasers hit you, you can lose your breath, you lose your voice, all this stuff. So let me tell you. And did I mention you forget everything you're talking about? You can lose train of thought, all that. I can see stuff glaring right at me as I'm sitting on my porch. And this is what I'm talking about. These are hate crimes out here. And people just don't get it. They think you're sick in the head, but people torturing you, I'm surprised. Like, the average person might be sick in the head from it, but a godly person knows that I'm in a spiritual battle. I felt that hit my throat, though. But anyway, 47, I forgot what I was saying, so y'all might have to just jump on to something else. 47 for me is going to be a brave year. Because I'm at the point where I just can't let fear just consume my days and nights. It's got to be a brave year for me to be me. It's got to be my start over. Because this whole 46, I barely combed my hair. I barely got out of bed. Because things were so bad, and when I did get out of bed, it was doctor's appointments left and right. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, let me get to it before I forget it. What I was going to say is, once you have addressed your issues with your mother, your parents, your father, or people in your family, and you have forgave them, don't let nobody take you back to that place of unforgiveness. If you forgave them, you live accordingly. When you see them, you don't be seeing them holding the same grudge and all that stuff. Well, let me tell you what happened in 46. So, y'all know I was going to the therapist, right? And every time I went to the therapist kept bringing up my mom. And I'm like, I'm so past that. She was like, well, no, let's keep talking about how is it? I mean, shoot, F her. The things she did to you, F her, and stuff like that. She was trying to boost me into feeling some type of way about my mother. I said, I forgave her. I can move. I can live on. I can live because I have. Listen, when you truly have forgiven somebody, don't let nobody talk down about them, and don't let nobody put them down in your face. Because they got something to say about them, they need to say it to their face, okay? Because they're trying to now give you another problem. If y'all hear the lawnmower going off, it is the neighbors. It's not me. And all of a sudden, they outside doing their thing. But that's okay, y'all, because we live in a neighborly neighborhood, right? And things like that happen. But yeah, the therapist, she was trying to make me still feel bad. And I was like, what in the world? Why would she do that? And I just made up in my mind. I told my daughter, I said, look, I can't go back to her. She said, why not, Mama? I said, because she tried to take me back to a place that I'm healed. See, I forgave my mom in 2018, okay, when things were going wrong. 2019 and 2020 was all about working it out. Once you forgive somebody, you forgive them, but you still have a plan of action in your life that you got to learn how to live with the things that they have done. So you got to learn how to work those things out. So that's what I did in 2019 and 2020. I took those 2 years to work that stuff out. So 2020, 21, and 22 was all about getting my health together and coming back out, a new leaf on life. And 2020 and 2021, that happened for me. 2022, it still will happen for me, but that's when I started. 2021 is when I started experiencing this other stuff. And I noticed even in this other stuff, they would try to keep stuff going about me and my mom. Because when you go to sleep and these people break in your house, they speak over in your ear and tell you their agenda for your life. So if they want you to hate somebody, they'll repeat that to you over and over. And I started noticing that every time I seen my mom, it seemed like it was like tension or something. But see, I knew better. According to the word of God, I knew better. So I hurried up and squashed that. I was like, nope, we're not going back down that road again. We done been there and didn't nothing get solved on that road. So I left that alone because I knew that was the enemy trying to play my mom and me. But this therapist kept pushing it. She kept putting, listen, y'all, if a therapist is not supporting your needs or helping you come to positive conclusions in your life, let them go. Don't be afraid to let them go. Go find somebody else. You might have to go through a few before you get the right one. But I know that one won't the right one. Lord have mercy, she won't. When I get chance too, I'll let y'all check out some stuff and y'all tell me. But she was so full of herself, and I don't like a therapist that comes in disrespectful. She didn't speak my language. She just wanted to cuss and seemed like everything was happy-go-lucky, but everything wasn't happy-go-lucky. And she kept taking away from what I needed addressing. What I really needed to address, she would minimize it and come up with this stuff about my mom or either my brother. Because she was trying to really open up wounds to set me back. That's what that was. So you got to be able to discern people's spirit and their intentions. And after going to her about 5 times, I was done. I said, this woman's trying to open me up and not close me. Because if somebody opens up a conversation and they leave it hanging, guess where that goes? That comes home and it starts the problem back over it starts it over again. And so that's what she was trying to do. She was intentionally trying to send me back home with these open wounds. And so I was going to depressions and all kind of stuff. Beware of these janky therapists. I'm just telling you now, janky therapists is real. And that's how my year started. And I think that's why my year did not complete itself in the right manner, because of her. Because of me going to her. And you think about it. If I had been to her 5-6 times, that's once a month, twice a month. You know, that's a lot of months that's already taken that she was leaving me open. And I would have to come home and get healed again from the same thing. And I was like, you know what? Let me just stop dealing with her. That's the best thing for me. So I had to drop her, a nutritionist. I had to drop the endocrinologist. I'm just going to trust God to put the right people back in my life, because when you've been on this blacklist thing, they send you to people that's on their team. They don't send you to the people that's going to help you. Now, I'm pretty sure those are great doctors and great therapists for somebody, but they just wasn't right for me, because they were leaving me open. They were leaving me out there by myself. I really depended on the oncologist. I thought by now that I would have learned a lot of stuff. It's been a year that I've been going to them almost. And, well, not quite a year for some of them, but for some of them it is. But I thought by now I would have done learned a lot of stuff to help me in weight loss and to help me with so-called binge eating and all that stuff. I didn't learn anything. And y'all, I was paying gas out of pocket. And every time I made a trip, I was spending anywhere from $20 to $25. Now, you on a fixed income and you having to pay gas like that? Come on now, 4 trips, that's $100. Try 3 trips once a week. I was taking 3 trips once a week, going down to see these people. No, I'm going to say 2 weeks out of the month, I was going to see these people. And at one time, it was once a week. I was having 3 and 4 appointments. I just stopped. I said, wait a minute. Hold up. I'm not depressed. I got a little anxiety, but I can validate having that anxiety because I have people who are doing hate crimes to me. You know, they're treating me like I'm not a human. So I have a right to feel the way I'm feeling. And is there evidence that supports what I'm feeling? Yes. There's evidence that supports that I have been abused and been tortured in my own home. And not only in my own home, but harassed when I come outside of my home, in the stores, at the doctor's office. I've gone through this. I've been through this. And there's proof of it. So I have a right to feel the way I feel. So at 47, going into 47, I don't want to take this negative stuff with me. I want to leave it just where it's supposed to be. In the hands of the Lord. That's where it's supposed to be. And I'm going to continue to live my life. I don't care how many times they try to intimidate and scare me, but I got a right to just live. If I want to sit on my porch, I should be able to sit on my porch. Does them cutting grass bother me? No. Them cutting grass don't bother me. What bothers me is if they shooting lasers at me while I'm trying to enjoy sitting on my porch. That's what bothers me. What bothers me is if they coming around my house all time of night doing stuff and sending these lasers that are heating my brain up and heating my body up to the point I can't rest and I have to get up and come outside to get fresh air and I have to turn the air on really low temperatures and I'm still sweating. But then when I move out of the beams, I don't sweat. That's what bothers me. So see, I didn't have that support from the therapist to talk about this stuff. She didn't want to hear it. She was basically like, you over that problem yet? And I wanted to give her a few choice words of her own. But respect and honor. I just let it go. Sometimes it's better to remain quiet and just let people show who they really are. And once you learn who they are, believe them. Maya Angelou was dead on the money when she said that. Once I learned who that woman was, and I gave her time, because I'm one of them. I try the spirit by the spirit, and so that's what I did. And I gave her time to get it together. She didn't get it together. Guess who she's hired by? She's hired by me. And if she's not serving me, if your therapist or doctor isn't serving you, then you have a right to get somebody else. You did that hiring. Like me, I did that hiring. I was the one that said, okay, I agree with this. But once you find out they're not who they supposed to be and that they're imposters, you move on. You stop dealing with them. You ain't got to explain yourself to nobody, not even them. But if you want to give them a word or two, you can. But you don't have to. You can just move on. That's what I did. I moved on. I chose to move on. Because it wouldn't do me a bit of good to sit there and fuss with that woman and tell her that, hey, I didn't learn anything from you. You didn't help me or anything like that. It wouldn't do me no good to fuss with her about that. Nope. But the best decision I made was to move on. So 47... it's different. And I do expect more miracles from God, because so far he didn't work so many, and I thank him. I want to date, y'all. I'm going to at least go out and have a great time with some male companionship, But I don't want to. Every time I talk about dating, it don't just turn out right, and then I don't get discouraged, but I'm just like, I have patience, but I'm not finna deal with you and try to get you on my level. That's what it is. It's like once I hear the stupidity in a voice or in the actions or attitude, I just back out. I back out. Yup. Whew, y'all. But anyways, we'll see how things go. But what I'm finna do on this Friday is I think I'll take a bath, and I don't know if I want to get dressed and go somewhere or just take a bath and watch me a movie. I have been doing those surveys, y'all, and they do make some money, and I've been playing them games for money. They do, but they so time consuming. That's the only thing about it, is the time that it consumes. It take all day to make, depending on who you get in certain ones, it just take all day to make any money off of it, really. But if you ain't got nothing else to do, it's great for you to do. I don't see myself doing this as a continuing thing. I did want to have a little birthday money. So. Yeah. You know what I really hate too? Is they carve my fingers up. Put all these carved lines in my fingers while I was asleep. And those parts that they did it on have these thick, like, calluses that came across it. And I can tell it's not the real print of my hand. Because you can actually feel the lines in them. And it's just... I don't know if anybody will ever understand this, or if it'll ever be an opportunity that people will learn about it. Well, everything done in the dark, it does come to the light. I just hope it comes to the light sooner than later. Because people like me and my family, we are suffering from this. It's not just me. They going through it too. It's a lot of it. It's about 15 of us that are going through this. And I just recently had to learn about some of them. And it breaks my heart to even know that they going through this, because I know what I'm going through. If I could have anything for my birthday, it's that my family would be free from whatever this is that has attached on to our life, that we would be free from it. That's what I would want for my birthday. And that I'm speaking this out, that God can pick up on it. That these enemies who have come to hurt and destroy us will be locked up and justice be served, so that we can get our lives back. I mean, before this was happening, you know, I pretty much just did what I'm doing now. Let me go get some water, y'all. I did. I pretty much just did what I'm doing now. Y'all hold up. Okay. Had to open up this door. Get me some water. I pretty much just did what I'm doing now. The only difference is I could do it and didn't have to worry about people coming in on me and stuff. Or people hurting me. Scraping up my hands like this. Scarring my hands like... Why would a person do somebody like this? Why? Ooh, that water's good. So for 47, I'm not making a wish. I'm declaring that whatever this thing is that has attached itself to me and my family, that it be broken, and those people that have hurt us be held accountable. And that justice will be served for all of us that have been attacked through these hate crimes. And that the DOJ and all of them in the White House will begin to see that there is a problem, that America has turned on America. That's what this is. And y'all, I need to start another podcast about that. Because America has turned on America. That's what we're looking at. Our first responders, they shouldn't be turning on regular citizens. But they are, because they are told to do it. Half of them, you know what? Let me tell you something. These first responders, a lot of them don't want to do it. But they have to do it. If they don't do it, then they'll be put under fire too. They don't want to be part of this evilness. That's not what they signed up for. And that's why you see a lot of them committing suicide. And you see a lot of them getting arrested for certain things. Because once they stop and don't want to deal with it anymore, then they're side up to go to jail. They're side up to be looked like the bad person. Or the crazy person. That's why lawyers get, taken out and stuff like that. They're side up to look like they're crazy too. It's the worst type of anything that you could take part in, really. It really is. And the sad part about all of this is the little children that got to come up in it. They got to grow up not knowing what solid or what for sure right and wrong is. Because they have to live with corruption. And so when they grow up, they're going to think corruption is the right way. And so now there goes another generation. But don't feel bad. The same ones that they taught to do people bad, it's going to turn on them because they ain't going to want to do good to them either. Because remember, that's what they taught them. But anyway, that's what I declare and decree in the mighty name of Jesus. That this thing will be broken off of me and my family. That we won't get abused anymore. We won't get followed anymore. We won't get monitored anymore. Whatever season it is, it has come to an end. That we won't have to get cuts and stuff on us anymore. That our homes won't get sprayed with chemicals and food poisonings. It is finished. Jesus went to the cross for this. It is finished. In Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, y'all. So I feel like I have already talked enough on that. And I'll probably come back on a little later on and talk about some other stuff. But yeah, what I'm doing for this Friday is I just need to really take me a good bath and just really just take care of my hygiene and my hair and, get myself to feeling good so that when tomorrow comes, I'll just get up and enjoy it. Yep. All right. So peace, love, and happiness. Y'all have a great Friday.